what does that say to you?
Son.
That would be remotely attractive or remotely hot to do Chris Brown. Who's gonna have the best performance?
Lady Gaga.
You being in the backseat and you driving and thinking it's just a dream.
BFAM. Boy. BFAM. Brothers from another mother, letting y'all know there ain't no other brothers. Straight a day, don't matter where you from. BFAM. We changing it up. 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 Girl. BFAM. Crazy, Wes.
What's going on, people? I am Wesley from Aconnectiontv, and you are finally getting to meet this boy over here. You can introduce yourself.
How y'all doing? It's Jay. You know, the infamous voice in the background. The one with all the shenanigans and antics.
The one that was drunk.
No,
on the video.
We gotta start this off now. I'm gonna just say, just do not depict me as that individual you've seen. That was just an instance in which certain things were going on, and I should have never had the camera on me. But being that I was dealing with the individuals who I was with, they thought it would have been funny to put me on there in such a manner and in such a light, you know. But at the end of the day, it was candid, it happened. But now I'm here, I'm focused, I'm eye to eye with you, and I'm here.
So can you explain for the people what that was all about? The gifts and dicks and the whole. First of all, before we get into all of that, Mike obviously is not here. Okay.
Mike, what's good?
I gave Mike the opportunity to come today, and he was busy. I'm just gonna say that. So Mike is not here today, and no, he is not the new guy that's replacing Mike. Before y'all get all crazy with all that dumb shit, all right? But I felt it necessary that, you know, he should come on to like really introduce himself, because he was put out there like that, and yeah, so I gave him this opportunity to do that. All right, but yeah, so explain to the people what was all of that. What is that Jay? Is that a part of Jay? Is that not Jay? Like, I
mean, at the end of the day, what you saw was just another part of my personality. You know, we all come from different backgrounds and have different dysfunctions with what our mind and how it works. And when you drinking and things of that nature, it brings out certain types of, you know, spirits and bravado and everything like that. And, you know, you just seem just yet another aspect of what I could be at times and at moments where things can get a little, you know, hasty, a little wild, a little crazy.
So is drinking a bad thing, or is drinking not a bad thing?
I mean, to each his own on that, but at the end of the day, it is poison. You know what I mean? But for some people, it's therapeutic poison. For others, it could be a crutch. But at the end of the day, it boils down to addiction. It causes complications. You know, all types of things come from it. But you know,
can you put therapeutic and poison in the same sentence?
Yes, because sometimes you need good and bad in order to come together to make something that works. Duality, you know, is what you could break it down as. You know. So
alcohol for you does what? Because I'm gonna let y'all know, for me, what alcohol does. For me, alcohol gets me into a lot of sexual situations, and
don't we all?
And
oh my God, who are you?
and it fuels the fire, so to speak. Alcohol for me allows me to, or it not allows me, but it has placed me into like a higher or a freer thinking. Let me say that. Let me a freer thinking.
Open.
And you just be stupid, and you become
he becomes a sexual deviant. He becomes a sexual deviant.
You know, free.
He becomes a sexual deviant. That's really what he was trying to say.
What does alcohol do for you?
I mean, honestly, it's the environment, it's the energy, it's the vibrations I receive at the end of the day. Like, sometimes I could be around my boys, like I was with y'all the other day, chilling. You'll get that side. Other times I could be with some ladies, and like we were just talking about, you get the sensual, sexy side, you know. You get the aggression, you know, the testosterone build up, you know, I gotta have it now, come here. You get the sweet, suave romanticness.
Gifts and dicks.
I mean,
explain that.
There's a logic behind that. I'm not done with my first explanation.
Okay,
like,
go ahead,
one thing at a time. Relax, brother. Relax. One thing at a time. At the end of the day, though, basically, there's environments where if I'm around the wrong type of energy, you may get the beast, the Terminator might come out. There's been instances where I've had those time frames where people have said, like, yo, you completely turned into the alter ego of yourself, which would be the evil person. Like, I've been in those situations where people didn't know who I was because I just completely flipped out and blacked out and turned into something else, That's not always a good thing, which is why some of us need to learn and understand genetically how we adapt to the drinking. It affects everybody differently when you mix in and all that kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, for the most part, it's celebratory, but it also numbs us from the things that are out here that's stressful and oppression and, depression and all the things that kind of make people feel down. Get that little extra kick. Even though you wake up the next day, everything that was there is still there, but for that little moment, it's all good,
Right. And I was kind of going through that last night. I don't know why I started drinking, but I just did. And when I woke up, my whole system was jacked up. That's why I don't drink as much as I used to. Like I was explaining to this guy when we first got acquainted with each other through work. I was explaining to him that I never really drank before. I never, like hung out with a group of individuals and just drank and stuff like that. I was always to myself, He
was focused and taking care of business. He wasn't, he wasn't out there like that.
And so for the last,
I hope I wasn't a bad influence. I kind of feel like I was, but he took it to a whole nother level, like. Because I kept telling him I started out when I was like young. So it's like what I see a lot of my other peers doing now is nothing to me because I started out young. Not that it's good, not that it's bad, but it was an experience and I moved forward. And now it makes me mature enough for you to see every now and again those moments you seen the other night. But consistently I try to be as healthy as I can, But this brother right here, he's had some memorable moments though. I tell you that much. That's how I'm gonna put it. That's how I believe it. Gifts and dicks.
Right. You're stupid. But at the end of the day, I don't think there's a problem with drinking. Like we all know, health wise, there's a problem with drinking. But I don't think there's a problem with it if you conduct yourself in a manner to where you're not physically doing harm to the next person. Like driving and drinking. Oh my God! Yeah, me and him.
But we get stories from point A to point B.
But at the same time, like that highway situation. It
gives me that keen focus and that extra bit of assertiveness that I need to just get us there. And
don't drink and drive, people.
Point. Yeah, don't drink and drive.
I'm telling you right now.
I'm not promoting it, but for some people, it just gives you that extra calmness.
Say for you.
And
don't say for some people.
That's true. Because it enhances me. Like I said, sometimes there's enhancements. There's progress. There's degress. There's a lot of different things that come from it. But at the end of the day, man, like we got where we needed to go safely, and we was good. It was cool. So
thank you.
Exactly. Thank me too. Thank me too. Because it was the embodiment of who I am, which helped us get there. My will, my focus got us there. You know what I mean? So
he's not evil when he gets drunk. I've never seen an
evil.
This
is a positive dude for the most part. Besides him being, kind of anal and Leo-ish, outside of that, he's a positive dude. We have like personality. No,
Leos are the best people in the world.
Listen, I kind of have somewhat of Leo,
but you're not a full Leo.
Not exactly. I'm on the cusp, but at the same time, I understand because I have those time frames where it's like I'm very self-assured, I'm very self-critical. Therefore, I'm critical of others around me. But this dude has good energy. So it's like at the end of the day, he's not gonna make me feel a certain type of way, that I would feel if I'm in the hood or around the way with the dudes who have like this negative vibe and they just, they really got a low frequency, low level of thinking and everything like that. Not that there's anything wrong with that, I got love for them too, but
it is something at the end of the day, to have a low level thinking, mentality like that. There definitely is
it's conditioning. It's conditioning. It's not always their fault, but at the end of the day, it's the individual's choice to change or not change.
Yes, indeed. So, and I was speaking to my mother about this earlier today when she was telling me about something that happened with a member of my family, and like this particular individual just for some reason cannot take themselves out of the hood, mentally cannot take themselves out of the hood to grow up and become mature and take care of the business that they need to take care of. Like this particular individual likes to drink, like to smoke, and that's all they like to do. And then when they get drink, they get very, very angry and they want to fight, and you know, on probation, and all of these things, all of these negative things are behind him, and they just follow him everywhere that he goes. And like
that's something that needs to be released. That's why it's coming out every time he does it.
But at the same time, I feel that with anybody like that, no matter where you come from the projects, the hood, whatever the case may be, you are the ultimate reason on why there's probation on you, or why you get drunk, or why you get into fights, and why you do. Like, it's not the environment that you're around. It's how you place yourself in that environment.
That's at a point. That's at a point. That's to an extent until a point. But after that, you have to take the torch and go wherever you want to go.
It gets to the point where I don't feel empathy or pity or sorry for anybody that allows to live that type of lifestyle, because I know that you can come out of that, and at any age you can come out of that. Well, I've been working since I've been 16, you know what I'm saying, and I've gone through situations where I had to be evicted from here and evicted from here, and see drugs, and see my family get into fights, and see alcoholism, and see, you know, I've seen all of that. So I don't want you to think, oh, Wesley, you never had this kind of lifestyle. Oh, Wesley, you know, had the silver spoon syndrome. That was not my lifestyle at all. But at the same time, I knew that in order for me to live a certain way, or to try to live a certain way, I had to be a certain way, and I had to do certain things, like get a job, you know what I'm saying, and get my own place and all of that. So I hate when people say it's because I live in the hood. It's not because you live in the hood, because you can move your ass out of the hood, you know what I'm saying? And it's not because of the certain people that you hang around with, because you don't have to hang around those individuals. Like, you just don't. And I hate when people say it's because, like, and they don't take ownership for themselves, and they try to make every other thing a reason on why they're unsuccessful. Like, you're never going to be successful if you keep that mentality.
You got to free yourself from being dumb. Free yourself from being dumb. That's what it comes down to.
Right.
At the end of the day, you should always want to be better. You know, you never want to backtrack. You always want to be further and more outgoing than those before you, because they put the platform there for you to do and carry out all the things that they didn't, you know. And even if what you have behind you, because I've seen a lot of bad things as well, like, you know, I'm not going to compare circumstances and situations, but a little bit of this, a little bit of that, you know, those experiences just automatically embed in your mind, and it becomes a part of you. But you got to learn from it, you know. You got to step and rise above it, you know. And, you know, just leap forward into some type of form of greatness, which is us. But to know us is to know self. To know self is to further and always dig deeper. You know, a lot of people scared to dig deep, but, you know, I'm one to go underground and beyond, you know. But I don't want to go off topic what we was talking about, but it's just so many things that we could just, you know, we can talk about a lot, you know. And it can start from the cells to the brain to the genetics. Like, it's so much. There's so much science involved in it. There's so much politics involved in it, you know. And the concept, but that's another episode.
And the concept behind BFAM, Brothers from Another Mother, like, he's a cool friend of mine. The reason why I started this platform, because a lot of individuals always ask the question, where did BFAM come from? BFAM originated with me and Mike because we're so close. We consider ourselves to be brothers from another mother. We have a lot of similarities and a lot of differences, and we've adopted similar connections despite our differences. And that's what I've done with this particular guy over here. We've adopted similar connections despite our difference. And where him and I come from, with our work history, we worked together, and like, in that particular instance, in that equation, it was always, you know, why are you befriending this individual? Why do you talk to this individual? Oh, Wesley's this, Wesley's that, Wesley's this, Wesley's that, blah, 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 blah. And
I just went to the source. I'm like, if this he's so popular, you know, he's the status quo around here. Let me go to the source. Let me see what's going on. You know what I mean? It was one of those instances where, you know, I don't trust people, so it took me a while to like try to figure
him out, but our adopted connection was acting and film. And that's how we got to be like real cool. For those of you that are inquiring about him, he likes females.
Yes.
And
always
and I like males. And so another concept behind BFAM was, you know, the ability, the capability of straight and gay being able to coexist and not have any issues. And that's why he is also on here, and we are cool. A lot of my friends that I do have are straight; they're not gay, and that's just because it's not like a purpose thing behind it, but
it's a personality thing. You know, at the end of the day,
it works out.
If I met him and I'm like, "Are you gay?" You know, then for me to just instantly, you know, write him off, that wouldn't be right. That wouldn't be proper. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, whether he's asking me if I'm straight or whether I'm asking him if he's gay, it wouldn't be about that. It starts off with conversation, intellect, building from there. You know, hey, what you doing? What's going on? You know, what you trying to do? What you about? And no, from there it starts off. And from there, if he has his ways and his talents and his extracurricular activities, then that's his personal business. You know what I mean? That's not my business. Just like when it comes to her and she and them and hers and all of that, that's my own personal business. You know. Yeah. But at the end of the day, you know, it's love. You know what I mean? It's love. And regardless of the fact, you know, at the end of the day, you know, people gonna have their comments and their opinions, and it's respected, you know. But at the end of the day, me and this brother is not doing anything to harm anybody. We're not affecting anybody in a way in which will detriment anything they're trying to do. It's always gonna be positive, good energy, and, you know, moving a progressive direction. You know what I mean? Be free spiritually, mentally, and physically, and do what you gotta do. That's it, you know?
Straight and gay can coexist. At the end of the day, that's what BFAM is here to tell you.
Whether you realize it or not, you're gonna see those type of individuals in the mix or not. Whether they admit who they are or whether they hide in the closet, it's gonna be there. You know, business-wise, socially, going to school with them, you know, it's gonna be there.
And,
you know?
And I'll be trying to tell these dudes about a lot of individuals, and he'd be like,
after a while, it's like, hey,
he'd be like, what?
Yo,
no,
it's like, hey,
him,
you know
no,
what I mean?
and I'd be like, trust me, I'm telling you.
You never know.
Because
and I feel like I can't be congenial and smile and just be cordial with people, because it's like they take that and they misconstrue that for something else. So it's like, you know, I gotta,
right.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
It's always,
I shouldn't have to do that.
But
I should be cool.
And at the same time,
you know, but I talked to him about those situations too. You know, and he tries to explain why, and for me to understand it.
Right.
It's hard. It's hard, because I got a lot of friends who's like, yo, are you serious? Like, why would you, you know? But I wasn't raised with the prejudice, you know, upbringing. So it's like, I'm open, you know what I mean? I'm not open, but I'm open, you know, with restraints, you know. But at the end of the day, we cool, man. We cool. We good. But I joke on him all day long. He joke on me all day long.
Yeah,
we make fun of it.
It's funny because I can say in one sentence that I can't stand the straights, but in another sentence I can say that I'll befriend a straight before I throw hatred towards them.
And I say some of them guys out there are just really sweet, you know. And I've always had a thing for female to female activity, but sometimes it gets overbearing when the female now wants to take my role, and it's like, hey, now, ma, you know, I got a tongue too. And I'm strong too, and you know, I'm masculine and everything like that. I don't want to have to get to the fisticuffs, you know, because I don't hit females. But at the end of the day, know your place. You know what I mean? But I respect and love all of y'all. It's not. Look, it's love. It's love. Like, it's love. You know. Nah. For real though. At the end of the day, man, like I said, we make fun of it. We know out there in the world it's crazy, it's up and down, it's shaking, but it's gonna always be like that. You know, chaos. Within chaos, it always is gonna have a result of peace. At the end of the day, you know, peace, chaos, they balance.
But that's only if you wanted to.
Yeah.
That's only if you wanted to. But yeah, this guy is the film guy. He knows all the actresses' names, all the actors' names, who directed it,
and everything.
And I've been trying to get this guy to be in front of the camera for the longest, but like y'all know, he's been running away from the camera.
I'm not running. I just want things to be right. I want it to be correct. I want to be focused. I don't want to project what you've seen the other about 3 weeks ago. I don't want you to project me in those ways. But you may see me in moments where, you know, I'm not vulnerable, but I'm quite shaken but not stirred. But I'm there. I'm here with you. But I'm just somewhere else. Like, you know, like right now I could just quantum leap right now mentally and just go, and then it'll just be Wes in the camera. And I'll be here in body but not in spirit, you know?
Right.
See, I'm out there like that. Like, I'm very out there like that.
What are your thoughts on the music industry right now? Because a lot of people, there's different reasons why people gravitate towards Aconnectiontv, but a part of that is a huge aspect of music, because we talk about music and we comment on music. So, like, the MTV Music Awards was just on this past Sunday, and did you watch it?
I watched it.
And who did you think were good? Like, who did you think were good? Your top three?
I mean, at the end of the day, Chris always dances to the T. You know, he always does his thing performance-wise. You know, I don't always need all that. You know, I want him to project more of a voice. You know, so we can see that side of his talent. But you know, we know he can do that in the studio. You know, on stage sometimes it gets a little bit iffy. But I'm not here to critique him on that level. I'm just saying, just my opinion and everything like that. I kind of felt like Lil Wayne should have chose a different selection of songs. Like, How to Love is cool. I mean, I know it's a hot single on the air right now, but he didn't need to do the John Doe. He didn't need that one at all. Like, it was unnecessary. He could have used any one of his other type of songs. But I guess, you know, marketing and you know, contracts and things of that nature. Therefore, he can't you know, play certain songs from his Carter 4 and everything like that. Who else was kind of... Adele. I loved Adele. Voice is nice. Voice is beautiful, you know. All she got to do is get herself, you know, physically together. Her spirit is right, though. You know, that's why that great soulful voice comes out of her like that. You know, get herself together a little bit, Adele. You know, I might want to come see you. You know, I'm not even gonna lie, cause I'm rolling in the deep. You know, I'm trying to get deep. You know, feel me? But you know, yeah. But outside of that,
what do you think about
Beyonce? I mean, I've seen her all these years now, since what, like 1996. You know, most of the time I want to see a leg or something like that. You know, we know she can sing, we know she's talented, we know she's a triple threat. You know, but I just like to see that extra sexiness, that extra pizzazz that she brings, that extra essence when she, you know, takes her, you know, layers off. You know, and JayZ is like, you know, I respect you, Jay. You know, I understand what you've done. You know, but you like 41, man. Like, for real, man. Like, I don't know how long you could be 41 and you still, like, you know, rapping and bebopping and all that. Like, you know, I think you should just chill and just, you know, y'all need to really stop. Like, let some youngins come up. Let some, you know, some new, fresh energy come around. And I know y'all talented and all that, but...
We say y'all.
It's a lot of them. I'm not trying to be on here ranting and raving and all that, but they kind of pushing it in the age bracket. Like, you got a lot of these dudes like 35 and up, and they running around with their pants sagging and and all that. You know, it's cool. Imagery is fun. You know, it sells and all that. But let's keep it real. You know what I mean?
I've been for a long time telling this dude that if a male has his pants sagging below his ass, he's the bottom. And he thinks that's extreme, but at the same time, no one can tell me why.
He might have a point.
It is cool for a straight male, especially when they have a problem with gays.
Yeah.
Why they feel it's cool to advertise their fucking ass. And Lil Wayne, that's all he was doing on the MTV Music Awards, was advertising his fucking ass. And I don't understand why he in one song can talk about homos, but then do that homo shit and show the whole world his fucking ass and how tight it looks.
I mean, like, it's all hypocritical at the end of the day, but I mean, his card has already been pulled. So at the end of the day, it's up to the people. It's up to y'all giving them views. It's up to y'all buying the records, y'all supporting them, coming to the concerts and everything. Remember, we have the power, we have the control. Stop letting the TV and the media flip the script and have you feeling like you're going to do this because the crowd is doing it. No, be an individual, be a leader, you know? So, I mean, based on what he's saying, I understand, but at the end of the day, if it's selling and the people love it and they want it, then that's just what they're going to have. And
at the end of the day, to add on to that, I say don't be mad if a male wants to grab it or wants to look at it when you got it out. Especially if you don't like the men, if you don't like the men, don't be mad, because it's just like oh, my battery about to die. It's just like the females. When the females have the titties out and shit, the men we look at y'all too. We're going to end it on that, okay?
My pants stay up.
This is another episode of BFAM with my boy Jay.
A lot more to talk about. You know, we just was this was just a sparring match. That's all. We're about to get to the real fighting soon. Don't worry about it.
Y'all leave your comments below
the straight fighting.
The video and let us know what you think about this brother over here. Because he reads every comment. That last video, he was all up on it. So y'all leave y'all love.
And remember, I wasn't supposed to be on it. This guy put me on the spot. All right, he put me on the spot. So I'm just here to clear things up a little bit. You know, like I said,
love y'all.
Peace.
Deuces.
All right.